Most people believe the story of Adam and Eve is about disobedience, sin, and punishment. But ancient wisdom tells a very different story. This is not a tale about failure. It is a story about consciousness. It explains why human beings feel divided, restless, and disconnected, and why, deep inside, we are always searching for something we can't quite name. The Garden of Eden was not just a place. It was a state of being. In the beginning, Adam and Eve lived in the Garden of Eden. In deeper wisdom, the garden represents a state of complete unity. There was no separation between body and soul, no conflict between desire and purpose, no fear, no shame, no ego. Adam and Eve are not just two individuals. They represent humanity as a single, unified consciousness. In this state, life flowed naturally. There was awareness, but no judgment. Existence without inner conflict. And perhaps this is why, even today, people long for peace, silence, and meaning. Because something within us remembers this state. At the center of the garden stood two trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life represents living in alignment, acting from connection, not calculation. Wisdom without division. A darker, more imposing tree with deep shadows and mysterious fruit. The lighting creates dramatic contrast between light and shadow, symbolizing duality. The camera approaches slowly, creating a sense of temptation and choice. The tree of knowledge represents duality, good versus evil, right versus wrong, self versus world. When Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, they did not become evil. Close-up of hands reaching toward fruit, then cut to eyes suddenly opening wide with newfound awareness. The lighting shifts from soft to more dramatic, symbolizing the transition from innocence to consciousness. They became self-aware. They began to judge, to compare, to separate. This was the birth of the inner voice that says, me, and everything else. The serpent is often misunderstood as pure evil. In deeper wisdom, the serpent represents desire, the egoic force that pulls consciousness inward, the voice that whispers, take, separate, do it for yourself. Desire itself is not wrong. It is necessary for movement and growth. But when desire rules unchecked, it pulls us away from unity and balance. Even today, this voice speaks through comparison, consumption, and endless wanting. The moment Adam and Eve ate from the tree is called the fall. But this was not a punishment. It was a transition. Two figures now standing apart, looking at each other with new awareness. The lighting is more complex, showing both connection and separation. Their expressions show wonder mixed with uncertainty. Humanity moved from unity into separation, from innocence into awareness, from effortless existence into conscious struggle. Growth requires contrast. Free will requires separation. Close-up of hands covering face in contemplation, then revealing eyes filled with new understanding. The lighting is dramatic, but not harsh, showing the weight and beauty of consciousness. Wisdom, once given freely, now had to be earned. This is why life suddenly felt harder, why fear, shame, and effort entered the human experience. Leaving the garden does not mean being abandoned. It means the journey truly begins. Work replaces effortless abundance. Time replaces eternity. Struggle becomes the path to growth. Life outside the garden is about returning, but returning consciously. Not back to innocence, but forward into wisdom. This is the beginning of spiritual paths, discipline, and inner work. We are not broken. We are unfinished. The story of Adam and Eve explains why we feel divided and why we seek wholeness. The garden was not destroyed. It is rebuilt within us, each time we choose awareness over impulse, unity over separation, wisdom over noise. And perhaps the true task of humanity is not to escape the world, but to remember who we were before we forgot.